On to my favorite feature of our show. After a successful release of her debut novel titled The Reluctant Cuckoo in 2016, doctor-turned-author Cathy Donald is back with her second offering titled Miles to Go. In this read, she takes us on a journey of two young women named Cara and Grace as they are in pursuit of rebuilding their lives after they each experience a life-changing tragedy. Without giving much away, let's talk to Cathy, who joins us from our studios in Sea Point. Good morning, Cathy. Thank you very much for joining us on Morning Live.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
Now, Cathy, let's look at the title of the book, Miles to Go. It says a lot about the book. Take us through this journey.
Yes, Miles to Go is actually a line from a poem by Robert Frost called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And really, it's about the journey, the physical journey, the miles that the two go. During the course of this experience that they both have, the life-changing experience, they actually go on a journey together from Durban to Cape Town, a cycling trip. And it's about the physical miles that they do go on the cycling trip, but it's also about the emotional miles that they travel in rebuilding their lives together.
Now, break us down the characters, Cara and Grace, just in terms of how their lives unfold leading up to this journey that they end up taking together.
Right, I don't want to give too much away, but Cara is the older of the two women. She's a young woman, a medical doctor, who is married, has a young child, and is got a successful career going. And Grace is a young teenager who's just really embarking on her life. And I don't know, without giving too much away, both of them obviously go through something terrible in their lives, which really totally devastates them. And both of them are young, fit women who love cycling. And this is the way that they can get together and go through this journey, which then ultimately leads towards their healing as far as their emotional healing is concerned.
Now, Cathy, I know we don't want to give a lot away, but for me, the recurring theme, or one that really dominated, was that healing by helping. What does that mean for you as an author to be able to portray that?
Well, it's a wonderful thing. I think to look at, for example, really the thing that comes out the most is the power of friendship. And the ability of one person to help another one up. And not because they are a psychologist or that they have any sort of deep or any significant training, but just our way of being there for somebody else. And so Cara is there for Grace, Grace is there for Cara. The wonderful thing is that Cara is the older one and so has the most wisdom. But it is often Grace who really hits the nail on the head and is able to be a significant help to Cara in the times that she really needs her the most. So it's a wonderful thing looking at that power of people just being able to be there for each other and in so doing be able to help them through their darkest hours.
Another great element of the book is how you set the scene in terms of the places and describing them so well, from Durban to the Karoo as well as Cape Town. How did you manage to do that? It was a virtual journey for me. A lot of the places I have been to, so some of them were from memory and things that I could remember from growing up, and we used to caravan as a family when I was young, and we went to all these tiny little places, and some of them are visual memories that I have of these places. But also a lot of it was done online, and a lot of the descriptions of the places that I hadn't been to, I researched and tried to sort of tie in the experiences with the physical places and try and sort of work out where they should go and what should happen in each particular place. Now, just finally, Cathy, let's speak about you specifically. I mean, you're a doctor turned author. Let's look at this combination of being a creative and a medical doctor. It's quite unlikely in most cases, one would think.
Yes, it's something that has been a conflict when I was choosing a career path, because I really enjoyed the creative side and I also
had a strong scientific bent as well that I wanted to follow. So it's something that I've really always wanted to do. But I just feel in my own personal journey that being able to talk to people who have gone through life-changing events as a medical doctor, because often you will talk to somebody as part of your consultation about something that you have gone through, and being able to sort of put these things together from looking after people who have, say, for example, terminal diseases, looking after people who have gone through a loss in their lives. And that has helped me to just find out what makes people tick and what people feel when they go through a particular experience. So they're not that far removed in terms of the nature of the writing that I do, the human drama.
Now, just finally, Cathy, I know in 2016 you released your debut novel, and now in 2018 we're getting Miles to Go. Can we expect a book every 2 years?
I don't know about that, but I think it really is just a time thing. I am still practicing in medicine, so it's always a conflict of where the time comes from, and I don't know about that I'm going to be able to spit out a book every 2 years. But I really enjoy it, and as often as I can, I'm going to be writing it. So this certainly is not my last one.
We'll have to leave it there, Cathy. Thank you very much for joining us on Morning Live. Miles to Go is Cathy Donald's second book, and she joined us from Cape Town to speak about it, which is a page-turner that explores the lives of two young women, Cara and Grace, as they try to figure out how to rebuild their lives after a devastating tragedy.